recent study published by the New England Journal of Medicine has eased the minds of many women. The report said that pregnant women over the age of 35 may have more medical problems during pregnancy and delivery than younger women, but there are no greater risks to the children born to them. Tonight in our special series on health, Avis Favreau reports that more women are examining the options and they're choosing to wait until their late 30s and even their 40s to become mothers.
For Erica James, each decade of her life has brought her a new venture. In her 20s, she was an occupational therapist. In her 30s, she became a lawyer.
We can get a post-dated check.
In her 40s, she ventured into her own practice, and she became a mother.
Here you go, sweet. Sit yourself down.
Erica was 40 when she gave birth to Derek.
Would you like some cheese, too?
42 when Claire was born. She married when she was 39, and having children suddenly became a priority.
I did get a sense of urgency that if we didn't move right away, I didn't feel I had the time to sit and settle into my marriage and have a bit of time with my husband alone. If we wanted to have children, that we had to get moving on it.
Some years ago, doctors were advising women over the age of 35 to give up on the idea of starting a family. But women were perhaps better judges of their own biological capacity, and they began slowly pushing back the maternal frontier in order to make time for other pursuits.
I think women are far more concerned about establishing their careers before they start families.
Okay.
Dr. Jean Mamario has been a family doctor for over a decade. In that time, she's delivered some 1,000 babies. More and more often, it's to older mothers, women 35 and over.
I have always carried a large percentage of professional single women and have aged with them. So we have always, in this practice, sustained a high percentage of what are older moms.
The trend in delaying first pregnancies has been given a boost by a study published this month in the New England Journal of Medicine. When it came to infant health, the research showed that babies born to older mothers did not show any higher rates of prematurity or early death. That may be in part because older first-time mothers tend to be better educated and informed about nutrition and childbirth.
Hi there. There we go. Let's see Mama.
But when it comes to the mother herself, the New England Journal study and others show there are still risks. There's a greater chance a woman over 35 will need a cesarean section. There is also a greater risk she may develop hypertension or diabetes for the duration of the pregnancy. For the fetus, the greatest concern is that of genetic abnormalities like Down syndrome. That means the pregnancies are more closely scrutinized than those of younger women, with tests like amniocentesis to determine the child's genetic health.
It really wasn't until I went through the amniocentesis with Derek, and I was told, well, the chances were 1 in 100, and that seemed somewhat remote. But by the time Claire was born, I was told the chances of having a genetic problem were 1 in 40, and then that really hit me as something that was quite likely to happen to me, and that was scary.
These are invasive tests, and so they carry some risk on their own. But again, this is part of the discussion that goes on very early in the pregnancy, and sometimes even before that woman is pregnant.
But no medical intervention will reverse the biological reality. A woman's eggs with her, and the female reproductive system is designed to begin shutting down in her mid to late 40s, and have succeeded.
It wouldn't have been a disaster if it didn't, and it was a miracle when it did.
Avis Favreau, Global News, Toronto.
Tomorrow, in our continuing series on Ontario's healthcare system, Marlene Trotter examines the issue of organ transplants. Do patients who deliberately abuse their bodies with alcohol have the right to the limited number of donor organs?